What up, players? It's the morning after with Nic and Big J. Welcome to Thursday. It is the 6th day of November, 2025. My name, well, that, of course, is Nic. I present to you Radio's Big J. Look at that, man. How does it feel, dude?
I don't know.
To have that kind of introduction. I mean,
it's nice every morning.
Well, we switch it up sometimes.
Every morning we should make our own, like, WWE intro.
Oh, yeah. Like with, you're talking pyro and stuff?
Yeah.
Lasers?
Yeah.
Hard to pull off on the radio.
I know.
But, I guess we can make it sound like it's a WWE intro. You don't think that would get old?
Yeah, it would. It would. It'd be fun for the first couple times.
Sure. So. And then you're like, man, a lot of work goes into this and nobody sees it. What?
Well, we do have a video podcast.
It's true. It's true.
But that would also be hard to organize.
Yeah, you got to worry about angles and lighting.
We had a sleepover in the Big J household last night.
Nice, dude. Congratulations. How many kids?
Dogs.
All the dogs came over?
Yeah.
Well, was there a reason?
Yeah, so, Mason and Kyle, they both work early in the morning, like we do, dude. And so if they want to work later in the day or have a long day, I mean, we don't want to keep, Lady Bird has to be in the kennel because she's a wild stallion and wants to tear everything up.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting better. But, we don't want to keep her in a kennel for 8 hours.
Of course.
So we love having them. So they came over last night to spend the night, and I'm sure Mason will come by later to get them because she already misses them. But, so I didn't sleep much. I think I'm allergic to dog hair.
These sleepovers, which you miss them, but they have become a burden on your life.
Not a burden, no.
But you're not sleeping.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
I can get away with it one night.
Okay, all right.
Because Lady Bird cuddles up on me, and so she's like literally on top of me, and I'm trying to sleep, and it's not.
You don't like that.
It's not ideal.
No, it does. You're a tosser and a turner, and you can't do that when there's a dog on top of you. And then you say you're allergic to dog hair as well?
Well, I got some allergy stuff going on today, and it's like, I'm actually, this is 100%. I am allergic to cats. What the hell was that? You see that?
It's the bug.
The bug
flying around.
Great. So I'm allergic to cat hair, Nic, but I've lived with it all these years, so I've gotten used to it. I think it's the same for dog hair and just pet dander in general.
Probably.
And so the dogs have been gone now, so when they come back, it's kind of like I'm reintroduced to it, and so I get a little, like itchy eyes. And
I am allergic to dogs and cats as well, the dander, and I have to be around a animal for about 48 hours or my life is hell as well, and then I get used to it, and then my body kind of like adapts. But yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying, and I'm sorry, because that is a miserable experience. It doesn't feel good.
You know what? I love them so much.
Yeah.
I don't care. Little Lincoln and little Ladybird.
Love conquers all, doesn't it, Big J?
Yeah.
And look at you now, dude. Rise and shine right back at her. Ready to go. Are you ready to give away Avatar tickets today?
Yeah.
Are you ready to give us a nerd alert today?
Yes.
All right, dude.
Working on it.
Then we have everything we need for a successful Thursday show, including the Smashing Pumpkins. Starting things off with some Disarm here on the morning after on the X-Rocks.
Launch newsfeed.
On the morning after with Nic and Big J.
Zoo Boise, Big J. You ever heard of it?
Of course I've heard of it.
We are getting into the colder season around here in the Treasure Valley, so it's time for Zoo Boise to bring back a fan favorite. A winter tradition, if you will, that's going to be happening all the way through February of next year. Visitors will be able to get into the park for $3 American every Thursday starting this month. The Friday after Thanksgiving, the zoo will also host a discounted admission day. Additionally, $3 admission days continue to celebrate the holiday season starting on December 20th through the 31st. Now, Zoo Boise is not going to be open on Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, or New Year's Day, but an opportunity for you to enjoy the comforts and fun of the zoo in a different kind of environment for a much kind of a lesser impact on your wallet. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Bring the whole family down there, and that's pretty cool. And once again, we got to give it up for Zoo Boise, who is helping out SNAP cardholders as the government shutdown continues. The zoo is going to offer free admission for up to 4 people during those discounted admission days. If you bring your valid form of ID and your EBT card, you and your family get in for free. Isn't that cool?
That's nice.
Also, during those days, some discount food items will be available. Hot dogs, popcorn bags, some medium fountain drinks as well. They'll all be discounted prices so that you can have an affordable trip for the entire family at Zoo Boise if you're willing to brave the elements just a little bit, depending on how cold it is, you know?
Yeah.
So
cool.
They have done that over the last couple of winters, which has been a successful endeavor for Zoo Boise, as we were talking to our friend Jeff about that. But the EBT thing and the SNAP thing, of course, is new due to circumstances beyond everybody's control. So always like it when great institutions like Zoo Boise step up and help out people that may be struggling financially. It's a really cool thing that they're doing, and they deserve some love for it.
Community, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yep.
Venus Williams, Big J, are you familiar with her game?
Yeah, the tennis player.
That's right.
Phenom.
She has announced she is going to return for, believe it or not, Big J, this will be her 33rd season as a professional tennis player. She's now 45 years old. She turned pro in 1994, and she has been awarded a wild card entry to the ASB Classic in New Zealand. That's going to start on January 5th. And playing in that tournament seems to show that the 7-time Grand Slam singles champion is preparing to play in the Australian Open as well. Now, she last played in that tournament in 2021, so we're going to have a Williams on the court again, dude. It hasn't been that way in a while, but that's crazy. 33 years of being a professional sports player in any kind of thing is bonkers.
Yeah, for real.
So congratulations to Venus. Hope she does well. And I don't know how high or low expectations are, but it's still pretty cool. Big J, we have a real Ashton Genty situation happening with Jelly Roll. Have you heard the news?
Hut. Yeah, man. Louis Vuitton, go to hell. But I mean, and this one you can't blame him. I mean, Jelly Roll does look like a criminal. I mean, he's got tattoos on his face.
Listen, the whole
I would
point
side-eye that dude, too, if he came in my store.
is you aren't supposed to discriminate regardless.
I don't care.
And not only that, but you know who Jelly Roll is. You wouldn't side-eye Jelly Roll at all. You're
no,
close
but I
friends
know
with Jelly
who he
Roll.
is, but he's in the middle of Australia here. He just looks like another thug off the street who lost weight recently.
Yeah, he sure has. But he shared a video of course, because everything's on CCTV over there in other countries. But you can see the store in the background, and he's not happy about the way he was treated. He said that he does have a criminal past, but he hasn't been a criminal for a long time because he hasn't needed to be one. And he just wanted to go in and grab some Louis Vuitton, Big J, because he wanted to show off his money. You understand?
Yeah, no, I don't understand that.
And so
if I had money, I wouldn't buy Louis Vuitton.
He needed a bag. Well, it's a status symbol, man.
Yeah, he can make his own status symbol. He's Jelly Roll.
How cool you are! But
anything he buys is going to be cool because he's buying it.
Because he's Jelly Roll.
I wish they really would stop doing this, rich people, or at least cool rich people.
What do you mean? Like
buying
jumping
the
on
fancy, the designer stuff. When I'm like, roll the way. Unless they've always wanted to buy Louis Vuitton.
Listen, I'm not sure how you think designer stuff gets to be designer, but it is because rich people purchase it is the only reason why it becomes a designer thing. Because people like you and me can't afford Louis Vuitton. And so that is how it becomes a brand, and that's how it makes its actual kind of like money. So it's definitely difficult to pull off, but nobody should be treated like that if they're going into a store, even if you're just going into to window shop.
I don't know if I shared this story, Nick, but to me it was eye-opening, and it was really interesting because when we went to Amsterdam last year, I experienced something similar to this, where we went into a store, like one of those tchotchke kind of like, stores in Amsterdam.
Like a souvenir store?
Yeah, souvenir store, and they had all kinds of stuff. It was right near the red light district. And as soon as I walk in, like, eyes on me. Like, the people that owned the place that were working there, they were hawking me big time.
They thought you were a sex
watching
worker.
Me. No, they didn't. No, they were watching me like a hawk. And I'm like, this is crazy. I don't understand. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. Where I was like, it looked like I was being watched because I was scared I was going to steal something. And
How
I'm
did
like,
it make you
whoa,
feel,
man? It made me feel bad, and I'm glad I had that experience because it gave me some perspective in what a lot of other people might feel when they go into a place.
Did you purchase anything from that store, or did you walk out because you felt?
No, I spit in the place and walked out.
Well, that's probably
no.
why
I'm pretty sure we bought a bunch of tchotchke stuff
from that
Magnets.
Store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not like I was holding that against them.
Well, no,
I get it. I'm a white person. I steal stuff all the time.
All right. Well, listen, then you probably shouldn't be mad about it.
But it really was eye-opening, and it's like a different kind of thing where, as a white, middle-aged American man, and that's never been a problem for me.
What do you think it was? Were you wearing something weird?
No.
Were you?
I just think it was because I was different. You see what I'm saying? The perspective on, I was like, hey.
I guess I don't, because Amsterdam to me doesn't seem like it's like, an area that's got a lot of. You felt like a minority in Amsterdam?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fair enough. And so, but it didn't preclude you from actually purchasing anything from said store.
No, it wasn't Louis Vuitton.
Did you talk about it with your wife when you got out? They're like, man, did you see the way they were eyeballing me?
Yeah.
And then you knocked over the postcard rack, right?
No.
Mistakes were made. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. It is the X Rocks. Metallica, Wherever I May Roam, here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, it's still a few weeks away. Thanksgiving, and then a couple weeks after that come Christmas. We are officially in the holiday season. Can we at least agree on that?
Yeah.
Do you yet have plans for either of those two major holidays? Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm going over to my sister's for Thanksgiving, and because the wife and Mason, they'll be leaving to go to Spain and Portugal with Adriana and her kids. And then the Maddie and Adara is having Thanksgiving with the grandparents. And so that's kind of what's happening for Thanksgiving. Christmas, I don't know what's happening.
Still too far down the line as to who's hosting or who's not. So let's just focus on Thanksgiving, Big J. You'll be flying solo for the most part. I know you're preparing something to bring, kind of like a makeshift like potluck, if you will. You're bringing something to the table. Do you think you will imbibe in any alcoholic beverages on Thanksgiving Day proper?
No. We don't. Our family doesn't really drink at holiday occasions.
Would that be the reason why you don't?
No, I don't really drink that much anymore.
But I mean, you do from time to time.
Sure.
Did you imbibe when you were in LA at all? Did you have a beverage at the John Carpenter show?
Nope.
No. You really just have.
I was consumed with marijuana smoke all around. I figured that was enough party favoring.
You didn't want to do any other kind.
Plus, we got there so late. I mean, the doors were way open. The show was starting while we got there.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't going to stand in line and spend $45 for a drink I don't really need or want. So.
Despite Big J's inference that he will not, believe it or not, 80% of people over the age of 21 say during at some point in the holidays, you better believe I'm going to have myself a beverage or two.
Because they got to deal with their family.
That's whether or not they have family activities. Of course, the younger you get, the more likely you are to experience a drink, but it has something to do with the holidays. You have a beverage, you have a toast, you have some wine, you have something to go with your holiday. But yes, of course, that can be spiked as well. And you can have lots of different beverages that you can take advantage of, but there's going to be some alcoholic beverages consumed over the holiday season to the tune of 80%, which surprises a lot of people because, you would think that more than that just don't drink whatsoever or have decided not to for health reasons or whatever the case may be. Maybe they work, but that's not going to stop a majority of us from drinking during the holidays. So I guess don't feel bad about it as long as you don't drink to excess and do something embarrassing. It's nothing wrong with being of adult age and having a beverage with your holiday meal, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying other people shouldn't drink. Do whatever you do.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't necessarily be something that stops you. But, if nobody else does, you don't have to. But you should be yourself and have some fun and enjoy. Number one holiday beverage, Big J, that's wine. That comes in at 56%. Then there's beer at number 2. And then there's harder alcohol at number 3. Eggnog's all the way down to number 7. So it's a holiday beverage, but I believe it's pretty a polarizing one at that. I don't know how you do eggnog. But to each their own. I'm not here to judge. I'm merely here to say gross. That's all I will say.
I feel like Jägermeister's a holiday.
I think that follows into the harder alcohol side of things, I would say. If you want to have yourself a Boise Coke or two for holiday season.
Got a deer on it, it's fall.
That feels more Christmassy to me, but I understand what you're saying. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, Big J's going to give you a nerd alert. That's next on the X.
Let's go talk to the nerds. It's Nerd Talk.
The best in tech and gaming. Big J's Nerd Alert on 100.3 The X Rocks.
It's kind of quiet right now on the game front. The new Call of Duty game comes out next week, Nick. And some interesting stuff has come out, though. IGN did an article here about Dan Houser, the co-founder of Rockstar Games. And the lead writer on most of the stuff that we have played in our lifetime, Nick. Rockstar Games co-founder, former lead writer Dan Houser has said he'd feel more sad to learn Red Dead Redemption 3 was in development without him than he feels bad about GTA 6, but admits the game will probably happen, which is great news. 2018 epic western Red Dead Redemption 2 is considered a masterpiece by many and one of the greatest video games of all time. Hauser was lead writer on that, as he was for almost all of Rockstar's games. But having left the company over 5 years ago, Hauser recently confirmed to IGN that GTA 6 won't have a story or a character set he developed, but expects the game to be great nonetheless. Now, in an interview with Lex Friedman's podcast, Hauser has indicated that he'd have stronger feelings when Rockstar inevitably returns to Red Dead Redemption with a follow-up. Quote, of course, letting go of something I worked on in one way or another for like 20-odd years and wrote on them for at least 10 or 11 that came out, wrote all of them, lead writer and all of them, whatever it was. Letting go of that is a big change and sad in a way. Because of each of the Grand Theft Auto games is kind of a standalone story. It's not quite the same as I think probably it would be in some ways sadder if someone continued on Red Dead, because it was a cohesive 2-game arc that might be more sad to hear someone working on that. But again, that'll probably happen too. I don't own the IP. That was part of the deal. It's a privilege to work on stuff, but you don't necessarily own it. So that's interesting. I feel bad when he says it like that. But I think the good news is he speculates that there'll be another Red Dead Redemption.
Who do you follow in that storyline? Like, I mean, it does wrap it up pretty nice with a bow in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. I mean, but you kind of thought that too, the first one.
Well, yeah, but making a prequel makes sense. Yeah. You know what I mean? Then the 2 Red Dead Redemption does. But I mean, can you go further back? I suppose you could.
Or go back at the end of Red Dead Redemption and continue on from there. Yeah, but create a story.
It doesn't work out too well for poor John Marsden.
So sad. Oh man, it still breaks me up, man. Nick, Netflix this is weird to me, is developing a reality competition series inspired by the hit video game Overcooked. You ever heard of Overcooked?
I have no idea what that is.
Overcooked is, I think it started out as a mobile cooking game, and it's just it's weird. Like, I don't understand how they're getting a TV show out of this, right? But
what was the premise?
There's two people, you have two, like, you're competing in cooking things, but it's almost 2D. It's just, okay. It's like, I don't know. I looked at it and I was like, this is weird. A24 has secured the rights to cooperative cooking game and is partnering with Netflix to create an unscripted adaptation. The project, now in early development, is expected to feature family-friendly, fast-paced kitchen challenges similar to Nailed It and Floor is Lava.
God, I hated the Floor is Lava.
So, I think I skipped over on that one, but look out for that. Nick, sometimes I regret, I just wish that, like, Fortnite was a game I could be involved in or get excited about. It's just not. It isn't.
Too cartoony for Big J.
Yeah, but Epic Games, because they do a lot of cool stuff. Epic Games has celebrated the launch of Fortnite's new The Simpsons mini-season, Nick, which says has welcomed the biggest number of new and returning Fortnite players since last holiday season. Public player data tracked by Fortnite GG shows that a peak of 2.6 million players logged in both Saturday and Sunday. Firstly, to watch the live event that introduced the Simpsons, aliens Kang and Kodos to Fortnite's Battle Royale Island, and secondly, to play them on the game's new Springfield map when it came online. So the live event saw Fortnite heroes scooped up in a UFO and transported to Springfield Island, a mashup of Fortnite and the Simpsons, filled with familiar locations and Easter eggs from the long-running animated series. Fans' response to the new season and its highly anticipated detailed map has been positive, and Epic Games seems pleased with the player numbers. So that's cool. And it's cool that they keep doing this sort of stuff and raking in people to play their games. But, landing on The Simpsons and having a bunch of that is pretty cool.
Yeah. Listen, The Simpsons are hugely popular. There's no doubt about it. Of course, it's going to bring players to your game. But, I can't get into Fortnite either, so I don't know. But I'm glad it's doing well. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, right?
Yeah. So if you got your kids, get ready to enjoy Simpson stuff with them in Fortnite.
Is that your nerd alert?
That's the nerd alert.
Thank you very much, Big J. We appreciate you. Coming up in a few minutes, some important stuff as well as we're going to hell. It's the X Rocks.
On the morning after with Nic and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by T Mazda, the pre-owned superstore. Getting financed at T Mazda even easier now thanks to GoTeamCredit.com. Every single person gets pre-approved with no effect on your credit. So check it out. Log on today. GoTeamCredit.com. Big J, I want you to close your eyes and think of your Big J home. Is there a spot that you claim for your own? Like, this is my Big J spot, my personal relaxation space. This is where I sit. This is where I am. This is where I do things.
Yeah, my office.
Okay. anywhere else in the house besides your office, where you're like, this is my part. Don't let anybody else be here. This is where I go.
I don't think so.
So you don't have like a spot on the couch, you move around, you pick different seats, those kind of things?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. But you have a spot, your office.
Yeah.
And about 79% of people say we got about one or two places in our house that we designate as our area. Like that's our sacred space where we go to relax. And about 60% of us take offense when somebody else is in that space. Do you get upset if somebody else is in your office?
I mean,
hanging out in your chair, gaming it up?
Never really happened before. So.
They know better. The average person established their favorite spot about 4 years ago in their home. Although 70% say it was over a decade ago. The younger you are, the more spots you have, but these are usually, your spot on the couch, your place that you like to chill out, your designated area. Maybe it's an inherited recliner or something that you've always had, that's where you go. But 58% of us go to these spots when we're looking to relax, 41% when we're just looking for some quiet time. And when it comes to your office, Big J, only like 29% of people have like their own kind of like space, Not necessarily, but you're less likely to consider a cubicle your space, if that makes sense. Does it?
Yeah, no.
Just because you're kind of in like a larger area that's shared with other people. But about 29% of people have their own office, their own kind of space that they can go to do business. So enjoy it if you've got it, and then consider it sacred if you got it at home, right, Big J?
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine it's a little bit easier to relax for you if you're in your office than other places, right?
Yes.
At home, I'm talking about, of course.
Yeah.
So use it to your advantage and enjoy it if you have it, because not everybody does, and it's a nice place to have in your own home. The Cincinnati Bengals probably won't want to hear the statistical quirks the team has racked up over the past couple weeks, but there are some pretty interesting numbers that go along with it. Over the last 2 seasons, Big J, the Bengals are a staggering 1-4 when they score more than 38 points. That's crazy. The other 31 teams combined are 62-4-2 when they score more than 38. So that gives you an idea of how bad the Bengals are when they get in a shootout. Not great. Of course, the Cincinnati Bengals lost to the Jets 39-38 on October 26th. They followed that up with a 47-42 loss to the Bears on Sunday. The Bengals are the first team since the 1970 AFL and NFL merger to score 38 points or more in 2 consecutive games and lose both of them, Big J. It's incredible when you think about it. Does not bode well for that defense. You understand?
Yeah.
And I believe their head coach is a defensive guy, right? Wasn't he a defensive guy before he got the job? I can't remember.
I feel like he's more on the offensive side.
It certainly seems like it. It'd be embarrassing if it was a defensive guy. So, yeah, they've got some real problems over there in Cincinnati, record-breaking style, if you will. Big J, 2 best friends are teaming up to bring an iconic character to the movie screens. Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone. You're familiar with their work?
Yeah.
They're also friends in real life. They like to hang out and do things together, and together they are going to produce a Miss Piggy movie for Disney. A Tony winner, Cole Escola, is going to write the screenplay for the film, and it's currently in early development. The iconic Muppet character, which of course was created by Frank Oz and Bonnie Erickson back in the 70s, has never starred in her own feature film. Lawrence announced this project on her own podcast, saying she wasn't sure if she was going to announce it or not, but she just went ahead and did. She also revealed she is considering starring in an off-Broadway hit for Escola as they're working together, Oh Mary, which won the Tony this year. And we'll see if it does, but she's like, I don't think I can because I got a pretty demanding schedule, so that may not happen. But there is a Miss Piggy movie coming to the screens. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think any individual Muppet has had their own movie, period, right?
Yeah, not even Kermit?
Yeah, there's never been a Kermit movie. There's never been a Fozzie movie. There's never been a Gonzo movie, a Scooter movie. But Miss Piggy, maybe this is the beginning of like a individual kind of like Muppet franchise, if you will.
Maybe.
But, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think growing up, when we grew up, we had an idea who the Muppets were. And there's been some, like, projects throughout the years. But, like, does your current 5-year-old have any idea who Miss Piggy or Kermit is? Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I'd probably not.
I mean, the Muppets movie that came out a couple years ago with Jason Segel was a little bit aimed towards people our age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a little bit more that style. So I don't know. I hope it does well, though. I love the Muppets. They were a huge part of my childhood.
I would imagine some of them would make an appearance in the movie, right?
I can't imagine it's Miss Piggy on her own amongst a group of live-action people, but Who knows? I don't know what direction they're going to take. Maybe it's her origin story before she met the Muppets and teamed up with them. I don't know.
Wow.
We'll have to find out together when we cover the Miss Piggy movie for the Morning After the Movies podcast.
Yeah, we'll see.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. Your We're Going to Hell story is next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic. Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Credit where credit is due, Big J. I have to give all kind of like props to WFTV Channel 9 in Orlando, Florida for giving me this story because they did all the research. I'm just reporting all the research that they did because it is truly, truly bonkers. So there are lots of dangerous jobs out there. We can agree on that, right?
Yep.
Some jobs are more dangerous than others. There's the deadliest catch, Big J, right?
Yeah.
There's a morning show radio announcer, right?
No.
And but on a whole nother level that you would never even think about until the information was presented in a way that this particular investigative story did, topping the list without a doubt is crossing guard in Orlando, Florida.
What?
Yeah. So something crazy happened. Over the span of a week, 2 crossing guards were hit by cars in Orlando, Florida.
Damn.
And the TV station was like, what you said. They're like, damn, that's crazy. And then they're like, we seem to remember, us doing some stories about it. So they started to do some investigating and they went back a decade, right? And they started doing incidents filed with police in Orlando that involved cars and crossing guards in the area. Over the last 10 years, since 2015, there have been 225 incidents with crossing guards in the Orlando area where cars have struck people that are supposed to be, helping with traffic to keep kids safe, for God's sake.
They're there to keep the kids safe.
And then they're like, well, listen, that's over 10 years. That's a lot. Then they started doing research in other large cities comparative to Orlando, Florida. And they noticed that like the most number that was given in a decade in any other city that size was 22. So they're like, how do we have over 200 more problems with cars hitting crossing guards than any other city our size? Then they did bigger cities. Most, 37. And they're like, oh my God, it's literally 30 times more dangerous to be a crossing guard in Orlando, Florida than anywhere else.
It's like they got a target on their back.
And then they're like, okay, so a lot of stuff has happened. What goes on? I mean, obviously, this is a dangerous job. Most of them are senior citizens, of course, that do this. They're retired. It's a great way for them to get out and do something and be active and help with kids and keep them safe. And the problem is they just keep tagging these people left, right, and center. And then they found out that the Orlando Police Department does a really poor job following up with these incidents. Only 70% of drivers that were found to have some sort of incident with a crossing guard were later punished for the incident. And these have resulted in hospitalizations, in 3 different deaths, Big J, over the last 10 years. And so it's a really, really dangerous job. And so they started digging deeper. Well, Big J, it's not going to surprise you. Florida drivers, it's like the DUI capital of the world, It's not exactly great when it comes to that. And then they're not great when they're not hammered as well. And so it becomes a real problem in areas like that. But they were just obviously surprised when the number was as high as it was in that particular area comparative to other parts of the United States of America. So whatever you do not get a job as a crossing guard in Orlando, Florida. Your days will be numbered. You understand?
But also, they should have like special memorials for all of those crossing guards in Orlando for keeping kids not getting hit by cars.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just at least they're getting hit by cars and not the kids.
And then
they're
like
doing their job.
Yeah,
Nick, is what I'm saying.
There aren't a lot of kid pedestrian problems where there are areas of crossing guards. So you're right. But then they're like, okay, do construction workers have it as bad as well? And they found out they don't. But construction workers do have more legal protection than school crossing guards. That's part of the problem. And so now the television station is going to raise the issue at Florida's next statewide meeting of supervisors to see if maybe the Department of Transportation will support stronger safety initiatives for crossing guards, because these numbers are pretty bonkers in the city of Orlando, Florida. So you have been warned. Do not do that job until they figure this out.
Smart.
That's crazy. It's
great
the amount
advice.
of incidents that they have. So, good investigative reporting, good story, and now a word of warning to each of you. Get the hell out of the crosswalks in Orlando, for God's sake. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X-Rock. That band gets inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this weekend. Congratulations to Soundgarden. That is fell on Black Days here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, it's time for Robot News.
Robot news.
We have talked, of course, about the first available humanoid robot that you can do to pick up around the house and do your chores. But a company in China has seen that and raised the opportunity for you to have your very own robot. They are breaking barriers because they are offering a humanoid robot that can do the exact same thing with a much cheaper price tag.
Oh, good.
If you remember, the robot that came out about a week ago was $4,200, right? This robot has a price tag of $1,370. So it's still an investment, but not nearly as much of an investment. This particular robot is 3 feet tall. It's named Boomy and is designed for education as well as some small household chore activities. It can walk, it can balance, it can dance, and it responds to voice commands. The company is called Neotix, and it believes that Boomy is a turning point, and not because it's a laboratory or industrial machine, Big J, but instead an everyday household device that you can use as like an education tool, or have it pick up some clothes, or do a little dance with you, shake it off a little bit, have some fun. Any interest in Boomy?
No. Nothing.
Why not?
I don't need it.
What did Boomy do for you?
Nothing. I don't need it.
What do you mean? You're telling me you don't need a 3 foot tall humanoid robot that can dance at your whim?
No.
Why not?
I don't.
Doesn't sound like you live with a lot of whimsy.
Nope. Pretty boring.
Don't you think Boomy could bring some of that into your life?
I don't. Maybe if I was a lonely person.
I don't think
The wife dances around quite enough.
Okay,
She gets excited.
All right.
She goes on break.
But
Does a little dance.
does she do it when you tell her to do it?
No.
Okay. Well, see, that's what Boomy would bring to the table, I think.
Yeah, that's what I don't need that in my life, though. I don't need something to do exactly what I say when I say it. Sets a bad precedence.
I see. You don't want to set the expectations too high for other people in your life.
Yes.
Where
I'm
you're like,
helping them out.
Boomy does what I say. Why don't you? Is this the kind of thing that we're getting into here?
Yeah, why don't you go move in with Boomy then?
Oh, I'm sure we're about 4 months away from those particular conversations. You're absolutely right. It is available now for you to purchase if you are looking for a Boomy of your very own. This one does seem to have a little bit less tricks of the trade than the $4,200 robot that we talked about last week.
Different price points. It's like the difference between a regular oven and then a very nice, range that a chef might use.
Right. A conventional.
Yeah.
Convectional, I should say. But, of course, you don't have the ability to, fold your laundry with this particular robot or program it to do certain household chores. This thing, I think, is just kind of there to, maybe it's more like a walking Alexa. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And can dance.
Got some subwoofers?
Yeah, let's not say the logistics of the setup of it, but it's available and it's more affordable. So maybe you're just looking for the status symbol of saying, I have my own humanoid robot. What do you think about that when you're out there at the bars and trying to meet somebody and bring them home? This could probably fit the bill. That other robot would be a little bit more expensive to do so. But then again, Big J, do you want to bring home somebody that's impressed by your humanoid robot? I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
No, not me.
Probably set the bar a little bit higher there, too. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Robot news. You're not going to find anyplace else with more than we got. And, of course, we've got some important stuff and your Pop Culture Smackdown on the way next on the X.
Here's traffic.
She a legend.
Important stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by McCleary's Pub. Big J, Monday means another Monday Night Football game, and we are heading out to McCleary's Pub on Orchard, 604 North Orchard in Boise. Jason Drew going to be out there hanging out for the Monday night game. And got a good matchup, dude. Packers and Eagles for this Monday night football game this time around. So stop on by for some great drink specials, courtesy of Shock Top, a 10-barrel pub beer at McCleary's Pub, and some prizes from the X-Rock stock. I know for a fact we have Boise State football tickets to give away.
Boise State football.
The team that lost to Fresno State?
Yeah, now we have the tickets now that nobody wants to go. Freed up, man. Yeah.
So join Jason Drew this Monday at McCleary's Pub and win some stuff from the X-Rock stock and have yourself some fun and watch some Monday Night Football and have a couple beverages and let's have some fun. Big J, there is a new survey that reveals 50% of adults have, quote, hidden in their vehicle to find some peace away from family and colleagues. Have you ever done that? You ever just sat in your car, maybe had a meal by yourself, or sat in your car and not come into work
meals.
or not deal with what's going on at home ever? Had a little car time with yourself, Big J?
I don't really remember anything like, I'm going to pull over here and not go home. No.
Not pull over, but just like sit in your car maybe a little bit extra longer than you thought.
No.
Or you head into work and put a friend in the house and you go,
There's only 2 people when I get here at work, so that's not a problem.
well, I mean, it may not be about people. It may be about, like, just mentally preparing yourself for the day ahead.
But no, because way back when I used to smoke, Nick, we would hit the stoop out here in the morning, and that was the place of, like, centering yourself.
Got it. So
Having some nicotine.
Got it. So you would just basically kind of like do a little self-meditation and prepare yourself
I
for
did
the
a
day.
lot of crying on that stoop from relationships.
What stoop are you talking about?
It's right out, right here, the fire escape.
Oh, the,
ladder where
the
everybody
outside.
used to go out and smoke.
Until they banned you from doing that,
And we
Now
still
I
did
remember.
it, but
Of
screw
course,
that.
of course. Why would you bother following fire code? when
Now
you
I
have
was smoking
cigarettes?
cigarettes. Other people are smoking who knows what.
We don't talk about that. But, of course, there's lots of reasons why people want to do that, sitting in their car 5 minutes or longer and just take a break. Number one reason, Big J? Freaking kids, man. I mean, they're always in your face.
Yeah, you got kids. There's very little escape sometimes.
Number 2, your partner. Number 3, your in-laws. And then number 4 is any work-related cause. So if you are a driver and you spend some alone time in your vehicle, that is not something that's necessarily unusual. But you probably want to address those issues in a little bit more responsible way and find better ways to deal with it than just kind of like have to sit down and just be quiet for 5 minutes to mentally prepare you for your home is probably not great.
Well, or sit out there and text your therapist.
Yeah.
The new texting way that people do it now, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's as good as, but you can have conversations with your therapist.
Text your AI therapist.
No, don't. I text my therapist all the time. You don't text your therapist?
No.
Oh, you should. It's fun.
I feel weird about it.
Usually late at night it gets
I'm
weird.
like, this isn't our appointment.
It gets weird. Big J, while Bill Belichick might only be finding limited success coaching the University of North Carolina, he's in line to be celebrated for the success he's had as the Patriot coach because he is among 9 coaches advancing in the Hall of Fame process for the class of 2026. I imagine it's a no-brainer that Bill Belichick will get in, but others being considered, Big J, I'm going to list off a couple. You let me know if they're Hall of Fame worthy.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Number 1, George Seifert.
No.
Mike Shanahan.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Tom Coughlin.
No.
Now, let me ask you why maybe Mike Shanahan and no to the either, because all 3 of those guys have the exact same amount of Super Bowl championships, 2.
Yeah, well, see, George Seifert, I mean, his work of, his body of work is so short. I mean, he didn't spend as much time in the league.
But incredibly
nearly as much.
successful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, that's a 49er coach.
But
So,
was he riding on the coattails of Bill Walsh?
I mean, I think there was some of that, for sure. Mike Shanahan, another part, I would probably say, yeah. I mean, he coached a high level in multiple places and had some Super Bowl wins.
Finally got over the hump with the Broncos, who struggled forever with Reeves.
And I think he does get credit for the zone run scheme. I'm not sure if he created that for sure or not, but I mean, it was sure prevalent when he was coaching the Denver Broncos.
And, he's got a nice coaching tree. His Nepo baby of his son is coaching the 49ers right now, so that's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
and
He handed his son his whole scheme and everything. I don't know how much he's really had to do.
But Tom Coughlin, of course, he's the Eli Manning Giants
He's a crusty
coach.
old curmudgeon. Doesn't deserve squat.
All right.
I don't know enough about all of Tom Coughlin's, I guess, career when you get down to it.
I mean, really, it's just Jaguars and Giants.
And I mean, did get a couple of Super Bowls.
Yeah,
right?
with
I mean,
both the Eli Manning years, yeah.
He took down the Patriots, so
Both times.
that's pretty significant, too.
Yeah.
But it's like, what level of coaching do you have to achieve to be a Hall of Famer?
I have a hard time saying Eli Manning is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Just as much as I have a hard time saying Tom Coughlin's a Hall of Fame coach. Not taking anything away, but Eli Manning, even the years that he won the Super Bowl, I wouldn't even consider him a top 5 quarterback
You
in
think
his
like
class.
you were like you had a team inside the NFC East. You hate the Giants
I
so
don't hate
much.
the Giants. I just I respect the Giants. I don't have no problem
Listen,
with the Giants, but I have a problem. I think if you need to get in the Hall of Fame, you have to at some point in your career be considered a top 5 player, not just have longevity. I think you had to make an impact in the game for at least a couple of years and be like, whoa, watch out for that. And I think
He did lead both of those teams though, from the wild card.
I get it, but you're talking about Tom Brady, you're talking about Peyton Manning, you're talking about Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and you're talking about Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers in those years. I think you take all of those guys over Eli Manning, regardless, because it's just one position.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of great players in that Giants team, and I don't think he was ever a top 5 quarterback. I just don't. And you have to have.
I mean, I'm not here arguing that he should be.
It sounded like you were. Hey,
No, I was
Netflix.
just surprised at your hate.
Netflix and Sony have confirmed, it shouldn't surprise anybody, there's going to be a sequel to K-pop Demon Hunters, Big J, which has been a gigantic success for Netflix. And they are planning a 2029 release. The animated musical follow-up will probably take several years to complete because, listen, it's not easy to make a cartoon, Big J. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
And the date could shift depending on development. But, of course, this is all about a fictional K-pop girl group who fights demons through music. We've all done that. And so now they have an opportunity to turn this into a franchise because I don't think Netflix thought it was going to be as big of a deal as it was when it came out. And then it's got a theatrical release, and then it's got sing-along versions. So, I mean, it's been very successful for both Netflix and Sony, so why not go back to that well, right?
Yeah.
It's rare that something new captures this much attention and excitement, so might as well.
Well, I think with the chainsaw thing, I mean, that's the last couple weeks has been the top of the box office or near it, Nick. I mean, I think you can kind of see the writing on the wall here that more anime movie projects are going to get some play in the theaters and are going to make some money.
Well, this is a different version of anime than Chainsaw Man or Demon Hunter or anything like that. This is a little bit more family friendly, I think, than those adult-themed anime.
But even still, I mean, you can have both.
Listen,
but what I'm saying here is
get you an anime that has both.
I'm not into it, but I mean, clearly there's an audience for it, and they're willing to go to the theater.
Yeah, because this movie's made money in the theaters after it was released on Netflix, so absolutely. Morning After with Nick and Big J, there's your important stuff. Pop Culture Smackdown next on the X.
Culture Smackdown. Right. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, Pop Culture Smackdown right now is a serious affair, and I'll tell you why. Because next Wednesday at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center, a brilliant band is coming to town. They're called Avatar. They're from Sweden. They're awesome. So you're going to win tickets to that show, which is cool in itself. But even more cool, you're going to get invited to an exclusive X session with Avatar at 1 o'clock here at the radio station. So that's going to be so much fun. We cannot wait. You just got to beat me in Pop Culture Smackdown to make it happen.
Do you think you can? Do you have what it takes to take on Big J? I mean, I don't know. We're going to start with the Achilles heel of the Treasure Valley, Big J.
Oh, everything.
Yeah. So I think we're going to go through a couple people before we get ourselves a winner. But prove me wrong. 208-287-1003 if you'd like to give it a shot and see you got what it takes for Pop Culture Smackdown.
Invited to the exclusive X session.
Hello, the X.
Avatar at 1 o'clock here at the radio.
You got to turn down your radio. Although I do appreciate you just absolutely cranking it. Hello, the X.
Hello,
Hey, what's your name, sir?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, you're up first. Jeremy, it is National Basketball Day. Happy National Basketball Day to you and your family. What team won the NBA championship last year?
Oh man, I don't like basketball.
What a terrible day for you.
I'm right there with you.
I'm a football fan, but I want to say, maybe was it the Lakers?
It was not the Lakers. Wrong. Lakers haven't won
bummer.
since the pandemic year, unfortunately, for Laker fans. But this question was brought up, I believe, a couple days ago to you, Big J, who also got this wrong.
Yeah.
But I have faith in the rest of you. Hello, the X. Good
Hi.
morning. Hey, it is National Basketball Day. What team won the NBA championship last season? And, oh, by the way, has the best record currently in the NBA now?
Duke.
Why are you recycling this question if you asked me? You did ask me recently.
Because it's National Basketball Day.
Oh.
And for situations like that. That's just funny.
Who this?
Hello, the X.
Hello.
Hey, it's National Basketball Day. What team won the NBA championship last season and has the best record currently in the NBA now?
Was it the Celtics?
No. Not the Celtics.
So we got Lakers out of the way and Celtics.
And Duke.
And Duke.
Hello, the X.
Got the Knicks, I guess, are left.
Of the big city teams?
Yeah.
Hello, the X.
Hey.
Hey, it's National Basketball Day. What team won the NBA championship last season? His phone might have just completely shorted out. When
I
that
hope
happened.
he's okay.
I do hope you're okay as
I hope
well.
he wasn't
sir.
electrocuted.
Hello, the X.
Hello.
Hey, National Basketball Day. What team won the NBA championship last season?
Was it the Thunder?
Yes, it was the Oklahoma City
Thunder
Thunder.
down under.
Yes. What is your name, sir?
Tyler.
Tyler, you're officially taking on Big J. Big J, in what Marvel property does Ethan Hawke play the big bad guy?
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke. Today's his birthday.
Moon. Yeah, I want to go with. Oh man. It's a movie.
It's a Marvel property.
Oh, Marvel property. I'm gonna go with. I can't remember the damn name. It's the Moon Show, right? Right. Mooney.
You're halfway right.
Oscar Isaac's in it.
Yeah.
Moon
You know
guy.
everything but
Moon
the
guy.
Moon guy is
Son of a
incorrect. I am
biscuit,
sorry.
man.
Tyler, you win no matter what. Do you happen to know the answer?
Not really. I'm not much into the Marvel universe.
That's all right. You're a Duke fan. I
I
get it.
was.
Tyler, hang on one second.
Is that the Duke guy?
We got Avatar. No, we got
Oh.
Avatar tickets for you, as well as a chance to go check out the X session. Moon Knight.
Ah!
Moon Knight is the
Son of
correct
a-
answer. Starring Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke.
I knew he was in it. Except for the stupid name.
Morning
Moon Knight.
After with Nick
Moon
and Big
River.
J. There's your Pop Culture Smackdown. Headlines are next on the X Rocks.
Really stupid stuff. It's time for headlines on the morning after with Nick and Big J.
Headlines are as follows. Bolt 'em down. That's pretty French, and that's fake.
That's pretty French.
An elderly Frenchman, Big J, miraculously survived 3 days trapped in a damn French ravine after he fell off his bicycle.
Oh, no.
And he did so the most French way possible, by drinking wine for 3 solid days. The 77-year-old had just done a little grocery shopping, was cycling home through the scenic mountains of southern France. Suddenly, this dude misses his turn, no guardrail in time to save him, so this guy plunges 130 feet down the mountain into a ravine, landing in the river.
Usually those guys die.
Amazingly, he suffered only a few scrapes and bruises, but he couldn't climb out of the ravine. He shouted for help, but he's in this remote part of southern France. Nobody heard him.
Yeah.
So his survival instincts kick in. And that means I got to drink that wine that I just picked up at the grocery store. So after 3 days of drinking nothing but wine,
Hammered constantly.
the workers finally heard some screams, and rescuers quickly arrived to save him. He was cold, tired, and quite frankly, a little drunk, but he was lucky to be alive, and he's okay, Big J. See a lot of wine getting drank when you were over there in France?
Oh, yeah.
On the sidewalks of the cafes?
You betcha.
Did you partake yourself?
No.
Aw. Bolt them down, or that's fake?
That's fate.
Fake.
Oh, fake.
Police in Florida responded to a report of a violent robbery in a home in St. Petersburg, only to end up arresting the homeowner. Cops say a woman claimed a stranger broke into her apartment and attacked her. She even provided police a photo of the alleged intruder. But officers and canine units searched the neighborhood and found no sign of the attacker. Meanwhile, back at the police station, detectives took a good look at the attacker and determined it was one of those AI-generated fake pranks that's created where you send it to your significant other.
Sorta too.
Yeah, somebody just is knocking at the door and say they know who you are. They're in our bed. They're eating our food. And so police went back to the alleged scene of the crime and arrested the complaint, Brooke Scheinholt. She's charged with a couple of misdemeanors. You can't do that. I'm not sure what the whole point was. I mean, you're the one who came up with the idea.
Yeah.
Why you would send that to police, I'm not exactly sure. But didn't work out. Now she's in trouble. Reminder, filing a false police report is a crime. Wrap it up with Bolt 'em down. Spanish authorities arrested 7 suspects that have been accused of stealing over 1,100 restaurant chairs across Madrid and nearby areas. Spain's national police announced that the criminal group targeted outdoor seating in 18 establishments in Madrid throughout August and September. The theft ring included 6 men and 1 woman who operated at night that took chairs from restaurant patios. Police estimated the stolen property's value to be about $69,000. The suspects face charges including theft and belonging to a criminal organization. Authorities say the group resold the stolen chairs in other countries. Spanish restaurants and bars commonly leave medical and plastic outdoor furniture on patios overnight. They typically stack those chairs and secure them with chains, but they would grab the ones that weren't secured, and then they would seal them or sell them through another kind of marketplace. So,
what a racket, man.
No kidding. I mean, who would have thought there was such a market for that? But yeah, you got to bolt down those chairs, bro. Make sure that you chain those up at night.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, that's 1,100 restaurant chairs is a lot of chairs to steal over 2 months. It's a lot. You think when word would spread to the restaurant community, hey, somebody's ganking our patio chairs.
It's a full-time job.
We gotta chain those things down better, y'all. But don't worry, Big J, justice has been served. Morning After with Nic and Big J. There are your headlines. You are up to date on officially everything. It is the X Rocks. And as the Offspring come out and play here on the Morning After with Nic and Big J. Big J, let's take it back to the old tip of the day days, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time on this show that was dedicated strictly to Big J helping you get some.
That's right.
And we did it for years, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Till it finally paid off, Nick.
And Big J landed himself a wife.
Yeah, you're right. And the particular art of the pickup line was something I really tried to make fun of, and because it was so cringy even back then in a lot of respects, and so it was more of a making a joke about the pickup line was more about breaking an ice situation than anything, than an actual being used as a pickup line. But according to dating experts and app users here in modern day society, Nick, pickup lines are slowly dying out. And before dating apps and social media, singles and usually guys had to approach partners in person to get their attention, sometimes by varying degrees of success. The approach involved cheesy pickup lines and, the kind of thing where it's like, did you just fall from heaven? You're an angel, all that kind of garbage.
What do you want for breakfast?
What?
Huh? Yeah.
What's that one?
Like I'm taking you home tonight. What do you want for breakfast?
Yeah, that's dirty, dude.
Right.
And pickup lines were at their peak of their powers with boomers and Gen X, Nick, and that's us. Now, pickup lines are in grave danger of going extinct as singles prefer authenticity.
Nope.
Authenticity?
There you go.
Yeah. And cringe-free conversation. Well, good luck. Or fall back on the timeless and lazy Tinder message, you up. Those are the two options now.
I mean, the reality of it is there are less and less people meeting in person for the first time and approaching people in that way. And so as we have kind of transitioned over to a digital society, the need, the creativity, the cheesiness of pickup lines have gone the way of the dodo because we all meet each other on apps and swipe left or right first. That's your profile is your pickup line.
Yeah.
And then you get the like, and then you start the conversation by maybe, also doubling down on some cheesy pickup lines, but to varying, success rate.
It's hard to believe, Nick, when you think about it. I've been in a committed relationship for almost 15 years.
Yeah, how does it feel, dude?
It's great, but the era I was in is over and long gone. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you lived in this era, unfortunately, and so, I mean, is it as bleak and difficult as it seems?
Well, I think it certainly is depending on your age. As you get into your 40s and your late 30s and, God, your 50s, the apps were never where I like to be or anything like that. It was something that you sampled once I was single, but I was like, this is clearly not my environment. And so you essentially, I would shy away from those particular things. Even the ones that were geared more towards adults still felt, bleak to me or whatever. And so there were some success on those, though, a little bit, but not nearly as much as you would think. But I do think it's different for somebody in their 20s and in their early 20s and their late 20s than it is for somebody that's 48 and hitting, Tinder or whatever. I don't even think there are 48-year-olds on Tinder. I don't know.
There shouldn't be. Like,
I don't know.
She probably shouldn't be there.
But it still is the way that people meet nowadays in 2025, regardless of your age bracket.
Well,
if you're lucky enough to meet somebody in person, you're like a dinosaur.
You know, I mean, in the I don't want to say early days of Tinder. I mean, goes back several years ago. I was upset that both my kids were on Tinder. Mm-hmm. It's like, but both of them, I think, found their significant others there.
Yeah, no, it works.
One of them got married, so. Obviously, that's an acceptable place to be.
Yeah, listen, and there's for every Tinder, there's 17 other ones that you can choose from as well. So, I mean, there's lots that you can go to. Doesn't have to be Tinder or bust, but it is certainly an interesting situation, whereas pickup lines just aren't things anymore. I don't think they ever truly worked to begin with. It was a nice icebreaker, maybe, but usually they were so awful and stupid that you automatically became a turnoff or a punchline, and that's not what you're looking for, I don't think.
Yeah, the most fun was trying to come up with the stupidest one you could. That's what I enjoyed.
In Big J's single days, ladies and gentlemen, I had the honor of seeing him in his element at some times, and I saw you and heard you say some of the most messed up things I've ever seen, and it worked. It worked. Yeah. To your credit, it worked. But I wouldn't call them pickup lines as much as...
Now I would be immediately arrested.
Yes.
So...
Yes.
I'm glad it's over.
Morning After
I don't have to do that anymore.
with Nic and Big J. There's your dating scene update. Coming up in a few minutes, some bad impressions. Those are next on the X Rocks.
Remember impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nic and Big J.
Yeah, and let's get you set up for a pair of tickets to the Mars Volta. That show happening Thursday, November 20th at the Knitting Factory. A very intimate show for you to witness some exceptional musicianship. I'll just say that with the Mars Volta. So you want to get in on this for free. Should be fun today for bad impressions.
All right. The phone number is 208-287-1003 if you'd like these Mars Volta tickets for the 20th. Of course, you are going to get 3 clues from Big J. Each one of those clues individually and then also collectively will point you in the direction of somebody that is pretty famous.
Yep.
And if you can name that person that is famous, it is you going to that show. We wish you all the best of luck. Hello, the X.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. What's up? What's your name?
Mike.
All right, Mike. Good luck to you, man.
I have a PhD in smoke, so you can call me Dr. Green Thumb.
Next one, please.
Remember when I tricked y'all and you thought I was quitting smoking the devil's lettuce, but it was all for a BioStove commercial? That was fun.
Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Whoa.
Snoop Dogg.
That is correct. Hang on one second, Mike. We'll hook you up with those Mars Volta tickets. What was clue 3?
For shizzle, my rizzle.
And thank you for changing the last word. And why is Snoop Dogg in the news?
Whoops, I just deleted. So Snoop Dogg was he was all set up to do a special New Year's Eve countdown, Nick, on NBC, and he was super excited about that. And then they just went ahead and be like, "Yeah, we're going to cancel that." And the reason for that is because they want him to focus more on the Olympic part of what's going on. And so NBC is not going to have a New Year's Eve countdown now because they've canceled the whole thing.
I mean, we have to be in an alternative reality, right? We have major broadcast networks canceling New Year's Eve parties with Snoop Dogg so that he can focus on their Olympic coverage a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it's smart, right?
It's incredible. I mean, again, you take me back to 1995. There's no way in hell I'm thinking this is what's happening.
Snoop Dogg's doing what? I mean, any of the stuff that he's doing, there's no way, man. So, quote, this is what he said, quote, "Sometimes the calendar gets in the way of celebration, which is why my NBC family and I decided this winter was time for us to all focus on the Olympics." What that has to do with New Year's Eve, I don't know.
Right. I don't either.
It was going to be a 2-hour live event from Miami with celebrity guests and everything.
And feels much more on brand for Snoop Dogg than any kind of Olympic coverage would.
Yeah, because the NBC Winter Olympics stuff coverage doesn't start until February.
Yeah, something else has got to be going on there. Yeah. This has got to be just a legitimate, like just an excuse that they are using. Something like either he has a scheduling conflict or something else. But that whatever's happening, I promise you, Snoop Dogg is not preparing for 2 months for anything, let alone the Olympics. And I think he'll be fine no matter what.
I'm not going to get on Snoop's bad side.
I don't want to be on his bad side. I just don't think that's a legitimate excuse as to why they're not doing it.
I don't either.
Maybe they can't sell it. I don't know.
That seems reasonable.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your bad impressions. We will wrap up the show here next on the X Rocks. Some brand new music from our friends at the Funeral Portrait, Big J. That is Dark Thoughts, wrapping up the Morning After with Nick and Big J on this particular Thursday. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate that. Hopefully you had a wonderful Thursday with us. Big J gave us a great nerd alert today. That was fun. We had a chance to talk about how dangerous it possibly could be for you to be a crossing guard in Orlando, Florida. Watch your damn back on the streets of Orlando. This is a warning to all of us. And, of course, we also had a chance to give away some Avatar tickets as well as some tickets to the Mars Volta. That trend will continue tomorrow, and some X-Session passes. Avatar is coming in here performing acoustically on Wednesday, dude.
Yeah.
But it does leave you with the floor, Big J, please.
You know, Nick, yesterday we did talk a little bit about Lionsgate selling their some of their properties, including Rambo and the Expendables, to Millennium Media, Nick. And they announced yesterday afternoon that the Russo brothers themselves and their company AGBO will be producing that John Rambo movie. So that makes me much more excited.
It does. You like the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
Post-Marvel, I guess. Not Marvel-related.
Well, no. What do you mean? I don't mind them Marvel-related at all.
Well, no. I'm saying the properties that they have done outside of Marvel you have been a fan of.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, not all of them, but they've got quite a docket of movies that they've put their work into, and it's been pretty good, I would say. So,
aren't they behind those Chris whatchamacallit Thor movies you like so much?
Yeah, Extraction.
Yeah,
Extraction. They're behind the Citadel stuff on Prime. They've done a ton of movies. The Gray Man on Netflix.
I like The Gray Man.
Yeah, Electric State, which, but the thing is, they put a lot into it. So that's good news. It's not going to just be a throwaway piece of junk. So
well, they're also not directing it. You know, they're just producing it. So it's a different. Some of those movies we mentioned, they were directed and were a part of. But the production company's a little bit different, but still in good hands.
Yes. I feel much better about that. So
still don't know anything about the guy they cast as him, but that doesn't mean anything, I suppose. This could be a star-making turn for him, Big J.
Yeah.
But that's what, 2028, 2027? We're ways away. From
2026. The production isn't beginning until then, so you're right.
We got some time. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We will see you tomorrow. Jason Drew's up next. You guys have a good one. It's the X Rocks.